Well, hello. It's been a while. Robert Heffernan with Endotech. I have been traveling the globe, and I mean globe trotting. Several states, a couple of countries, and fully on the road for a couple of months, exploring food, family, fun, and crypto. I got to tell you, discussed a lot of crypto with a lot of people all over the place. And I tell you one thing that I think this crypto space is struggling with. Although most people I talk to now for sure have heard of Bitcoin, have heard of cryptography or cryptocurrencies, still very, very little adoption from the average person. And, I have a fairly wide ranging family with a lot of millennials, people that I would have thought, and in the U.S. and Canada, very successful young entrepreneurs, and still just not a lot of adoption. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take adoption coming down the line. So, on one hand, still very early on this journey of blockchain, cryptocurrencies. So I am not deterred from that because I do believe the use cases are coming down the pipeline and coming down quickly. I have been talking to you before I left about a cryptocurrency called Beatscoin, which is just having its IEO, and a platform called Vibravid, which aims to disrupt distribution and publishing of artistic work, particularly music and video. And so it's going to take, believe me, it's going to take something like that completely disrupts a long and an entrenched ecosystem that's been developing for 100 years or so, and still has a setup that is very unfair to a lot of people in the ecosystem, particularly recording artists. And I can't wait to see how that evolves and develops, because that's what this space needs. It needs an adaptable, an adaptive crypto that actually disrupts. All right. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm so happy to be back and at the con. I got to tell you, it was too long away for me. It was too long away, and I'm glad to be back. Anyway, you know what? I just jumped right into the rounds without even going to the rounds, but I wanted to give some backdrop to that I have been on the road for 2 solid months, even more, 10 weeks, I believe now. But I'm back at it and ready to go. So let's take the vitals and talk about price discovery and what a turnaround cryptos have had since I have left. And it all started with the meltdown in Bitcoin, and a full decoupling, in my opinion, of the alts versus Bitcoin. And we're going to even see it here on this weekly segment where we're talking about the weekly fractal. And Bitcoin right now trading $8,070, fully in lower momentum daily and weekly. Lower momentum on the weekly, 92.22. Room down to 74.52. Now, the reason why I'm saying that this is different, because if you look at the other top 5, most of them don't have this falling away collar on the weekly chart. So not quite as bad of a chart setup on a bunch of these others as it is in Bitcoin. And that shows up in the cross charts. All right, these cross charts have looked a little more favorable for some of the alts than from Bitcoin. And it continues to look that way to me. I'm telling you right now, though, the big thing that I am looking at, and we have a roll of the month. We have a monthly roll on Tuesday. And for me, the monthly up momentum was 93.70. Not able to hold that, obviously, this month as we are where we are. That monthly moving average is 67.24.50. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because on the full pullback or meltdown from the highs of 2017, early 2018, there was one line that actually was a line in the sand for a couple of months. April and May had a pretty much dead ping on the monthly moving average. April of 18 and May of 18. And actually that price level was just a little bit lower than here. it was, where is it at? 64.24. And that monthly moving average was 64.62. And that was in April. And then in May, they made a low of 70.40. And the monthly moving average was 69.89. April and May, upward sloping as it is now. So for me, we're going to have a roll in the monthly, and that monthly moving average, whether it happens and there's a further washout in the next couple of days or next month in October, really want to see it hold this monthly momentum level, the monthly moving average level, around that $6,700 level. If it cannot hold that level, with deteriorating capability on the daily and the weekly and a falling away collar line, the next big line on the monthly comes in at that lower momentum level, and that's on the monthly down at $4,078. So that's what I'm seeing, man. This stuff has turned, and has turned for the worse. If you were playing the short side, there was some great legs down that were able to catch. But for me right now, I am from the Bitcoin side of things, and I am not in Bitcoin at all. I am looking at that monthly moving average as a place to see how the market reacts against that level. I don't fully want to just jump in and buy it, but I do want to see how it reacts against the level. And maybe we can form a turn there and form a bottom and start building a bullish story again. I got to tell you, after watching the Chicago Bears today, I am really certain that I should have put that prop bet out. Chicago Bears win the Super Bowl before Bitcoin trades 20,000. I got to imagine the beginning of the season, again, there would have been a lot of money on Bitcoin at 20,000 before those Bears win a Super Bowl, but look out. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing. Let's go over a couple of other these things. The top five. Ether trading 169.51. Low momentum on the weekly, 176. And again, though, the collar down at 130, but not falling away. So a little bit, everything being considered, a little bit better chart setup than Bitcoin. XRP trading 24 even, basically. Lower Mo on the weekly, 25.43. Room down to 19.44. And again, not falling away. Litecoin trading 54.03. Lower momentum on the weekly, 64.44. Lower momentum collar down at 36.17. And for good measure, EOS trading 279. Lower momentum at 328 on the weekly. So these things are not looking good. And for me, although I think some of them look better against Bitcoin, we really need to see Bitcoin find a bottom, a sustainable bottom. And for me and my money, that comes in around that $6,700 area. That's what I'm seeing. All right, so I'm going to keep it short here today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back this week for some more segments of Blockchain Vitals. Until then, thank you so much for watching.